Fallacies for advertisement. It works. The word fallacy, as used in logic and rhetoric, is defined as any of various types of erroneous reasoning that render arguments logically unsound. Because of all the variances in opinions in the minds of consumers, fallacies should be used in advertising to promote peace and unity in general. Nobody likes to be misled, and most people prefer to make good decisions. To that end, there is a golden opportunity in advertising to help consumers make those good decisions. By using some low-key logical fallacies in advertising, there are so many opportunities to improve sales and public opinion. Varied opinions and beliefs that many people just do not make decisions. The apathy is far too widespread, and apathy is destructive for business. Fallacies differ from factual error because factual error is simply being wrong about something. To be more specific, a fallacy is an argument in which the premises given for the conclusion do not provide the necessary support to make the conclusion true. A deductive fallacy is defined as a deductive argument that could have all true premises but still have a false conclusion. Additionally, an inductive fallacy is less formal than a deductive fallacy because it is simply an argument in which there appear to be valid inductive arguments. Even if the premises were true, the conclusion would not be more likely to be true. So when providing a fallacy in your advertisement, speech, or however you may be presenting to a consumer, it is totally not wrong. You are not providing the consumer with error and being wrong about what you are advertising. You are just providing what should be believed to be true to the consumer, and that you, as a company, have the best of the best products and can and will be beneficial to them. Many of the fallacies, believe it or not, can be used as an advantage to the business and help in advertising and selling the product. With people being even less trusting than ever, it is very important to use authority that is trusted. Appeals to authority is when a person falls prey to this fallacy. They are accepting a claim as true without there being adequate evidence to do so. More specifically, the person is accepting the claim because they erroneously believe that the person making the claim is a legitimate expert, and hence that the claim is reasonable to accept. Since people have a tendency to believe authorities, and there are, in good fact, good reasons to accept some claims made by authorities. This fallacy is a fairly common one. With that, the more that they trust you as an advertiser, the more they will be committed to buying your product or service. There is nothing to disprove the awesomeness of product X, so product X must be totally awesome. Appeals to ignorance, the fallacy, is that a proposition is true simply on the basis that it has not been proved false or that it is false simply because it has not been proven true. This error in reasoning is often expressed with the influential rhetoric. This is a huge benefit as you can show your product and it can be the best, of course. There is nothing as stated to prove that it is true or false, so why not buy the product? Fallacy of accident. You can base an argument on a rule of thumb and it be right most of the time, but there will be some expectations. It should be obvious that a single instance is not enough to establish the truth of a general principle. Since it's easy for this conclusion to be false, even though the premise is true, the argument is unreliable. The bandwagon fallacy. Popularity can only get you so far now. This is a fallacy because there are many other features or ideas than truth that can lead to a rapid increase in popularity. Peer pressure, tangible benefits, or even mass stupidity can lead to a false idea being adopted by lots of people. A rise in popularity of an idea, therefore, is no guarantee of the truth. Poisoning the well. It's not enough to make your product sound great. You need to discredit your competitor's product. If you are unfortunate enough to encounter someone ready to cite evidence in support of their claim, then your best strategy is to poison the well. This is a good all-purpose strategy because it involves completely ignoring the details of the evidence and instead discrediting the source. It can therefore be applied to any evidence whatsoever. Fallacies can be used in a variety of ways to help cope with the given problems. You can use the prior fallacies to discredit a company's product or competitor's product. Why not discredit them and make your product look much better or more fabulous than the other? To motivate a demographic to buy your product. Why not demographically advertise to the Midwest farmers about your corn seed, with giving more yield and outcome than any other seed there? Usually, using demographics and advertising to someone that will benefit from the advertisement will far more sell your product than if you were trying to sell to an area that wouldn't even use that product. How about using the fallacies to defend your product from the attacks of your competitors? Be generally aware of what they could come back with about your product. That could be discrediting to you as the advertiser, and set forth with that in your advertisement before they have the chance. With this outcome of schemes, many things can happen to using a fallacy in regards to advertisements. If a large group is convinced of something being fallacious, it is difficult to stop the momentum of that group. If they were to act upon that fallacious argument and thus be ready to buy due to being convinced, they can be subtly. Slick Willie and other politicians are very good at slipping fallacies into their speeches. So why not put them as your spokesperson for the commercial or advertisement? They would be sure to make anything sound convincing to the consumer. There are so many fallacies that it could be difficult to constantly be vigilant. But with those many options, it's easy to throw them into an advertisement, commercial, or demonstration that you are trying to present to a consumer and make it believable, and that they too would want to buy or purchase your product with no second look or thought. You know too, once you sell your thoughts through fallacies to one person, you have sold to all their friends too. With poisoning the well, you are discrediting the source. The bandwagon fallacy, you are using popularity and peer pressure toward the consumers. Fallacy of accident, the use of the rule of thumb, appeals to ignorance, will be used against your consumer as it appears to be true because it has not been proven false. Appeals to authority. Why wouldn't the consumer believe the authority about a product? It works for them and great, why wouldn't it work for me? With these many fallacy advertisement options, you are sure to find a way to make your consumer believe and want that product that is the best and the best for them. So put the stop to not wanting to use a fallacy. Use it to your advantage and drive a consumer to you and these many fallacies. They are used day to day to us from many companies. Why not use them? They work for them. They'll work for you.